from Anderson, Indiana, Donald Hoffman, the director of the Marching Indians of Anderson High School. course, once we say this, you're going to know the whole facts of life, aren't you? Huh? So let's say it. Second place to those great marching patriots of Jay County. I'll take that with me. Would you like to hear it anyway? Oh, hold it down. Just a little bit. Time out. Somebody from Anderson High School Marching Indians, get up here and take that home. Bless you all, and good night. Once again, results will be available on the second floor.
What's your feeling right now?
I'm so happy!
A lot of work?
Yes! I'm glad we got it.
Describe for me your emotions right now.
I can't. It's the greatest feeling in the whole wide world. I can't describe it.
Ready? When you heard them say the name of number 2, what went through your mind?
Well, all I can tell you is I just went bananas when they announced Jay County. You know, it was really great winning this year. This is the first time that our band has won a first place trophy in 2 years since we went to the Dog County, Ohio Fair over in Greenville 2 years ago. And for me and the juniors and the seniors, it was just something special. But I think this is a tradition that we're now going to carry on for the next couple of years.
How much work went into this?
A whole lot of work, let me tell you. Our assistant band director, Mr. William Deal, really worked us to death in order for us to be competitive. And I believe that if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have won state fair right now. Thank you.
What went through your mind when you heard him say number 2?
Oh gosh, it was, I can't, oh gosh, it was, this is my senior year, and I was wanting to win it so bad. And we just got a new director, Bill Deal, and he's done wonders for this band, and it's just been marvelous. He's really helped us out a lot.
Tell me the thoughts that went through your mind when you heard the name of the second band.
Well, I just didn't have any, you know. It's been 25 years since we had won it, and I just really didn't think of anything.
Nothing in particular went
Nothing
through
in
your mind?
particular.
Okay, how much work went into being number 1?
We've been working on this show since about the 8th of July, almost a month and a half, and just untold hours with the kids coming in 2-3 times a day, going to camp, just quite a bit of time.
And how much money would you say was spent on preparing for the show?
Well, our camp bill just came through yesterday, and that was $12,500 with another probably $5,000 of expenses for staff, etc. So about $17,500.
And what do you win from the show here?
To be very honest, I have no idea.
I understand you're new to the band.
I've been here 1 year today. My first day was with the band was last year at the State Fair. It rained all day, and I took that as my initiation, and we went from there.
What were your thoughts when you heard the name of number 2 band?
Well, it's always, for a competitive person, it's always nice to be number 1, and of course when you hear the number 2 band and it's still not you, you just lose all consciousness almost. It's really a thrill. I had moved over so I could watch the kids and their reaction, and it's, you know, that's what it's all about. The kids just do a super job, and they work so hard, and you like to see them rewarded in this way.
What would you say went into the putting up together of this performance?
We worked really hard on the drill. It was a difficult drill for the kids to do. It probably was more difficult than most of the other bands did, and I think that had a key factor in the final score. And so we spent a lot of time learning to march in circles and learning to march in curves and make weird shapes on the field. And,
so that was the most difficult, was forming the shape?
Right, it's getting the kids to understand where they're going and how they're going to get there and what they're supposed to look like as they're going.
Okay. Very good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Well,
Okay, we are back live, as you can tell, at the Indiana State Fairgrounds now, and joining us live, he made the trip up here. Thank you very much, Don Hoffmann, the band director from Anderson High School, and congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's been a long time coming, and I'm sure the kids really appreciate it as much as I do.
Your thoughts on the competition? Some people were surprised. Were you?
Well, you never know. When you get as tight as it comes down here at the end, just about anything can go, and it happens with what the judge is looking for at a certain time.
How about the competition here? There was talk with Wapahoney and Carmel, a couple of bands that didn't participate. Was the competition nonetheless very good in your book?
Oh, I think the competition, I think the scores this afternoon were a little higher than they were last year and everything, and I think it was tougher than it was last year.
Okay, and wrapping up, assess your band's performance in your own terms.
Oh, I think the kids did an excellent job. We had a very fine drill that my assistant Bill Deal did for us, and the kids really did a fine job of executing it.
All right, thank you very much, Don Hoffman. I appreciate you coming up and joining us live on Channel 6 News tonight. We'll be back after this break and take a look at the remaining final 16.
Exciting show throughout, and I have a special feeling for this group because that's where I graduated from high school.
From Anderson High School, marching Indians, get up here and take that home.
Gary, no one is more deserving of this championship than the Anderson High School Marching Indians. They've been working a long time for this, and I know their directors, Don Hoffman and Bill Deal, must be very proud.
I think we talked with a very happy Don Hoffman to get his thoughts on what the judges were looking for tonight. What things did the band do particularly well, and what things were the judges looking for?
Well, we had quite a bit of what's called general effects with pom-poms, flags, spinning things, all kinds of things, and quite a bit of movement in the program. And I think evidently the judges must have been looking for this as much as they were the musical sound. I hope we had music, but we had an awful lot of the other stuff, I think.
You talked a little bit about how much work goes into this. If you could elaborate on that a little bit, too.
Well, we've been going since July the 8th, and I totaled it up the other while ago, and I think it's something like 27 days of at least 3 hours a day, and probably more, like 5 hours a day. And of course, camp, you go all day long. It seems like minutes now, I guess, instead of years, but tonight makes it all worthwhile.
Anderson High School, a very deserving band tonight, but there are a number of other bands here that deserve recognition. Runners-up in this competition, Jay County from Portland. In third place, Alexandria. Fourth place goes to Richmond. And in fifth place, Southmont from Crawfordsville.
In sixth position was Southport from Indianapolis. In seventh position, Edgewood from Ellettsville. In eighth position, Noblesville from Hamilton County. In ninth position, Martinsville. And in 10th, Delta from Muncie.
Dick, we began the day with 31 bands. Your thoughts on the level of competition?
Well, as always, Gary, the competition at the State Fair was extremely strong and interesting throughout the day. And when you remember that there are kids, directors, parents, and administrators that make it that way every year, and that's what makes it so special.
So as we look at the celebration that is continuing on the track here in front of the grandstand, a celebration that is traditional at Band Day at the Indiana State Fair, we come to the close of the 1985 Band Day here at the Indiana State Fair.
State Fair is just around the corner, and high school bands across the state have been getting ready for Band Day, August 20th.
Yeah, tonight on Indiana Zone, you're going to meet one Manual High School graduate who's hoping his band will take top honors. Here's Channel 8's Ruth Ann Gordon live with that story. Hi, Ruth Ann.
Hi, Mike. You know, Don Hoffman was planning a career in forestry, but at his senior year in high school, he got hooked on music. And now he's in his 15th year as band director at Anderson High School.
All right, bases, you got to kick that. You never do. You're sitting there waiting. Come a little closer this time, Michael. Again.
There are over 150 students in the Anderson High School band. Don Hoffman says it's the different personalities that make the band director's job so fulfilling.
The variety from person to person, the personalities, the musical ability. You get some student that's very expert on their instrument and they just play the heck out of it, and then the next kid can barely blow his nose, and it keeps you alive trying to figure out how to motivate him and everything else. All right, can we get more of that mellophone right there? Da, 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 da. There's an awful lot of community support here that a lot of places don't have, and so it really is, it's a pleasure working here.
Hoffman composes music as well.
Since about 1968, I've everything except one number we used 3 years ago on either basketball or football. I've done about all the arranging. Some of the stuff, the stock arrangements you buy, aren't suited for our instrumentation. For instance, this year we have a very strong trumpet section and a very weak low section, so you write a lot of stuff that has a lot of high stuff in it. And plus, economics, to buy an arrangement like we're using right now, you'd have to pay $75, $100, and by the time you buy several of those arrangements, it just eats your budget up. If I had to come back reincarnated, maybe it'd be a tuba, but with thousands of hours on a trombone, I think that's my favorite.
He's going to come back as a...
School, the Marching Indians, under the direction of Donald Hoffmann. The principal is Horace Tadhorn. Drum majors are Cynthia Spencer, Lori Bodkins, and Michelle Sahusky. Drum majors, you may have the field for competition.